And alright guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video on the Self-Developed YouTube channel. You beautiful people, comment below where you're from. What time is it? Hashtag Self-Developed Army. You guys know the intro. Let's get this video going. In today's video, I believe I titled it, The Most Alpha Thing a Man Can Do. The most alpha trait a man can build. The most alpha thing a man can do, for lack of better terms. And I don't want you guys to get too triggered with this word. You know, as of late, something I've really been, or something that has been dawning on my awareness, you know, I'm at a new private gym at the moment, so there are definitely a lot of new faces, very big guys, like it is a powerlifting slash strongman gym, so a lot of competitors there, bodybuilders, people on roids, like it's a pretty intense gym. And essentially, one thing I have learned that's been a huge misunderstanding for most people, and I've really been able to see it in front of my eyes, is that the word alpha, right? I know that's a very loaded term. In my opinion, guys, that really has nothing to do with how loud you are, with how big you are, with how boisterous you are, and in fact, the loudest, biggest guys there, right? Really loud. Being big doesn't really have to do too much with it. But the loudest guys there, the ones walking around with their chest super high, were actually the most insecure. And I was able to see this. Keep in mind, I'm working out at this gym for hours, about 3 hours. You begin to really pick someone's identity apart. Someone cannot hold an ego forever, and when it begins to break, you see through, like an armor, like a chink in the chain. Understand? And that's what ego is, guys. A lot of times when people, men in particular, right, are extremely loud and they have this bravado about them, it just reeks insecurity. It reeks fear. It reminds me of a 12-year-old child just trying to one-up his guy friends. It's very unattractive. It is very... It's repulsive, and you can feel this. Maybe you're just not sensitive enough, but I want you guys to understand that the word alpha, in my opinion, has all to do with service. It is all to do with action. It really has nothing to do with how you look. And in fact, the most alpha guy I look up to, right? Again, these are just words, is the owner. And he's not a huge guy. He's not a very loud guy at all, but it's his character. It's what he does for his clients, for his community, for his family. It is purely service-based. That is what I define as alpha. It is a service from God to yourself and the ones around you. It has nothing to do with how loud you are. I just want to make that very clear, because I know in movies and in the manosphere we get this impersonation wrong that that's what alpha is. And in my opinion, you know, you can choose to believe that, that's okay. But if there is a lack of service and caring and giving to others, tribe, community, then you are as beta as they get. You're just a loud, big beta, you know? Anyways, though, the whole point of this video, what is this one alpha trait? Exercise, really, that all men can embark on. And it's something that I have been faced to do because I have not been doing it for, I don't know how long, man. You forget it. And this is what turns you into a beta. And by beta, I just mean much more fear-based, more illogical, irrational, selfish, just not resourceful in its simplest forms. And this one trait, the most alpha thing a man can do, this, guys, is to be where you are and breathe. That's it. It has nothing to do with standing taller. It has nothing to do with, I don't know, wearing a certain style of clothing. Nothing at all. All those are superficial. This is the one thing that is purely internal. It has nothing to do with how you look, how loud you are, you understand? And the reason I say breathing is because it grounds you right now in the present. And the present is where and how God, right? God, whatever that means to you, is able to access through you, right? And God is service, God is love, God is rightful action, being virtuous. I'm not saying I'm the best at this by any means, but I definitely notice that when I breathe, and I don't know what it is, but the past few days, I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate, I've just been so much more aware of this. In fact, if you checked my semen retention video, this was one of the things it exposed to me, my lack of breathing, my lack of being here. I was way too fucking up here, way too up here, and you forget. It is such an insidious thing that becomes completely autopilot. It's so scary. It's like doing something wrong that you have no clue about, like, I don't know, performing an exercise wrong, and in the moment, right, not a big deal, right? Your bench, you're flaying your elbows a little bit, not a big deal. But you know what happens when you continue to do this? You begin to build up injuries, and this is exactly how I was close to tearing my pec again. It's insidious. You don't realize it till it shit hits the fan. All right, just turn down the brightness a little bit. Maybe you don't notice, but I do. You will be the most resourceful. You will have the most organic answers that will benefit yourself and the ones around you. That is what alpha is. Alpha has everything to do with community. Alpha has everything to do with generativity. Do you understand? That is the deciding factor. It has abso-fucking-lutely nothing to do with how cool you look, with how many girls you get, with anything superficial that can become selfish. If it becomes selfish, that is beta. Do you understand? I know I'm using these terms very loosely, but again, it's so multi-dimensional, guys. There's so many facets to it. But if I were to boil it down, alpha men are those who love and care for others, who are there to provide, can protect, right? Can put themselves first, to maybe make mistakes and then care for them around them. And we have alphas above us, guys. There's hierarchy, there's lineage. I mean, think of God. I think we can all agree God, right? Whether he's a real person, you don't have to, get that deep. It is the most alpha thing in the world. Why? Because he cares for you. He can fuck you up, but he does it because he loves you like a parent, like a father. You understand? It has nothing to do with being selfish. It has nothing to do with, I don't know, ego, facade. That's satanic. That is the exact opposite. That is a lie. And that is what happens when you don't fucking breathe. When you don't breathe, Satan gets to you. When you don't breathe, your ego gets to you. Fear gets to you. Being illogical, irrational, all these fake, false fucking scenarios. And they eat away at you and they taint your fucking reality. And that's how you become, for lack of better terms, beta. You're not generative at this point. You're living out of fear. And man, fuck, I hate to admit it, but, I guess I was going through that the past year and a half. I spent a lot of time up there. And, it was all part of the process. I had to learn. I was going through a bunch, but I really learned that, man. I've really learned that I have to breathe. And in fact, so much so that my background, literally I changed it the other day. Let's see if it focuses. It says breathe. It literally says breathe as a constant reminder. So what I recommend to you guys is put that as your screensaver. Whenever I'm feeling anxious, just literally breathe. Deep breaths. Because what this does is this creates a separation where you can now see your monkey mind go fucking crazy. It's like a child, when it wants candy, and by you breathing, you're not giving it the candy, and it starts screaming louder like, "Give me that fucking candy! Give me the candy now!" And you're just like, "No, motherfucker, I'm chilling." And you breathe. And you breathe, and you see it. You see the monkey mind. You see it freaking out, and then poof, it stops. Because it can only freak out and continue to grow if we give it the candy. And the candy is our mental attention. It's, oh, you know what? Like, fuck, maybe this should happen like this, and, I should do that. That's giving it candy. And that's what I've realized I was doing. Now, I have something called OCD, so this is not unfamiliar for me. I get into this more than I would argue the majority of you, because the monkey in my mind, the child in my mind, is very dangerous. It's a disorder, man. It's I gotta be careful, and I gotta apply this. I really do. As I would argue all of you guys do. Man. So anyways, that is it, guys. That is the most alpha thing a man can do, is breathing, is being present. Because when you breathe and be present, I guarantee you what will initially and begin to happen is you will begin to take more rightful, loving action that will directly benefit yourself and the ones around you. 100%. 100%. Where the more fear-based we get, and I'm no different, this is based on biology, the more selfish we become. It's just instinctual, right? Think about it. So that is it. My thing is blinking red. It's about to die, the screen. So I'll finish it there, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for the support, the comments, the love, the engagement, guys. I can feel us going deeper as a community, and it's fucking awesome. I notice it. I read the comments. I appreciate you guys. We are a brotherhood. Let's keep it fucking going. 2022 to the moon, and let's just keep growing. All right, guys. Learning from our mistakes. It's okay to fuck up. It's okay to make mistakes. That's encouraged. That's good, bro. It's okay. It's okay to get in your head. We've been there. As long as we understand that, we come back, right? I want to fuck up. That's what the whole point of this channel is. Make mistakes. Make mistakes. Encourage it. Move into it. Learn from it. And then repeat, right? That's what growth is. So that is it, guys. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. I will finish it here, guys, on the final plugs. If you guys are interested and would like to work with me on a personal level at anything of what we talked about in this video, or improving your fitness, business, mindset, and relationships, there is always one-on-one coaching. Spots are open. We have group coaching, which is the workshop. You can check the one of February coming up in just a couple weeks, guys, for 1 hour live stream calls with myself, a small group of men with a private Facebook group. I run it each month. We are a brotherhood, and if you want to work with me in an affordable group setting, guys, this is where you want to be. You can learn more about it down below. And finally, the self-development course. Passive, online, the cheapest option, over 3 hours long. You guys know the flex. Completely transform your lives as men. Go download that free half-an-hour version to get a teaser. If you like it, you can get the full 3 hour, and I'll finish it there. You can support Edge. This is their new tee, the script tee, I believe it's called. The logos, there we go. Logos are on the back, a very minimalistic shirt. I love being minimal. It's my uniform. I can think clearly, logically, and we can just be present and loving and generate to the ones around us. You guys, your family, society, whatever that may mean. So that is it. I'm speaking quick because this mother flipper is blinking red very aggressively. I love you all. See? Breathe. It's okay if there are distractions. It's okay if there are monkey minds going around. Don't fall for the trick. Come back to present, base, and then act accordingly. Thank you. Till then, much love. Peace.